You get out of things what you put in them, and what goes around comes back around. Today we finna talk about DJ Capri. Now DJ Capri, he was like your number one DJ from the '90s up until like mid 2000s, and he had a 30-year run in this game. You know what I mean? He even gave the beat to Jay Z for Hard Knock Life, and he got a lot of plaques from just putting his voice on people's CDs and mixtapes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? This dude is an entrepreneur. You can't take nothing from him. But like I said, man, you get out of things what you put in them. And you know what I mean? Whatever type of message you put out in the earth, man, that's what's going to follow you and come back to hunt you. You know, when you point one hand, three pointed back at you. And this dude got a dark side about him to where he like to get mad if somebody interrupt his DJ set. Cause I remember it was a fan that was in the crowd, and it was a hip hop night. You know what I mean? And he was doing this mix or whatever, and the fan just walked up to him and simply asked him, "Hey man, could you play this one Jamaican song?" And he was like, "Hell no!" He stopped the music and everything, and he uh, drilled the person and told them, "Don't ever stop me from doing my DJ set in the middle of it." Because he was getting like 5 to 10 grand to do parties and shows and stuff like that. And he just was real asshole about it. And he didn't play their music that they requested, but he offered to buy them a drink. You know what I mean? And he wanted to make sure everything was good money. But the dude, he got a way of doing things and saying stuff that, it might make the person feel like he disrespecting them. So they want to catch him after the club. You know what I mean? Back in 1990, they say he had something to do with that dude PM Dunn getting the mic snatched from his hand by Boogie Down Productions and KRS-One. Because they stormed the stage and snatched the mic out the dude's hand while he was in the middle of his set, and they threw the DJ out the booth and put another DJ in and started rocking the show. And Kid Capri was there, you know what I mean? And he used to do all the shows, man. From Allentown to Temple. He was there, man. All the grimy clubs that fitted like 5,000 people, he'll go rock it out. And they'll pay him like 2,500, 3 racks. And this without a celebrity in the building. And one night, he was doing his little, show or whatever. He got booked for 2 G's, and the promoter didn't have the club owner's money. And, the club owner stepped out and said, "Hey, man, y'all can't have this event." And that was going to mean Kid Capri wasn't going to get paid. So Kid Capri had set up, and he was already on stage finna do his little shit. And the club owner came out and said, "Hey, man, we can't have this show. We got to stop it." So, Kid Capri went to mouthing off, to the crowd about it, like, "Man, we can't perform because, the club don't got no money." And the club owner punched him right in his mouth. So he steady kept talking, "Hey, man, he punched me, this and that." But the club owner was like, "Dude, you almost, ruined the reputation of my club. I paid a couple million for this club. You just coming here for a couple $1,000. Pack your shit up and leave. You and the promoter, because the promoter got you up under here under false pretense that you getting 2,000. He didn't even pay me." So it was a whole bunch of shit about that, you know what I mean? But Kid Capri still was the number one DJ, but he had beef with like DJ Scratch, Funk Flex, and other couple, other dudes, you know what I mean, that was doing DJ shit round the time, you know what I mean? But a lot of cats want to catch up with him and beat him up because they say he a sucker. You know what I mean? He like to beat up women and shit like that, and he like to disrespect people, you know what I mean, that want their music played. Like, he not gonna change his set for nobody, you know what I mean, and fuck up a crowd. But, he did get punched in his mouth out there in Allentown at a club, man, because the promoter kind of screwed him over and thought he was gonna get paid, but the dude didn't have enough money to pay him and the club owner. So he got punched. But yeah, people need to learn when they doing DJ sets to like not disrespect the DJ, but at the same time, if you got a couple dollars for the DJ, of course tell him, man, let me get this record played so he can make a couple extra dollars that night. But a lot of these DJs, celebrity DJs, they don't be seeing it that way. They think you disrespecting them and shit like that. So, you have to put hands on them. But that's my Kid Capri story about him getting his ass knocked out. Peace. I'm out.